Hello and welcome back to the channel. Joe from Diecast DIY. Got another supercar wheel swap for you. This one is the Lamborghini Reventon Roadster. It's a Hot Wheels mainline, and it's on the short card, as you've noticed or whatnot here. So just a couple videos back, I did the Aston Martin Vulcan, and that was a big hit. Everybody seemed to like that one, so I thought I'd go ahead and do this Lamborghini Reventon Roadster. It's one I've been wanting to get around to doing for a while, so we'll get this out of the package and we'll swap these wheels with something that is not these. All right, I've pre-worked ahead on getting the axles ready and stuff. I have a video on how to do wheel swaps, so if you're interested, you can go back in my content. Just to keep the length of the video down, I kind of worked ahead to make this a shorter video, and I will explain, briefly as I'm going along what I'm doing, but for the most part I'll try to hurry up and get through this one for you. There it is outside of the package. In my opinion, just like the Aston Martin Vulcan, it's a car that comes out of the package, and besides the wheels that are not very cool on it, in my opinion, it needs nothing else. Look at that paint job. The body lines are great. It's a super casting. They did a very nice job on these two cars, and it just doesn't need anything except for a wheel swap. Maybe some finer details kind of painted in here and there, and after the video I kind of go and do that stuff after the wheel swap. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started here. The first step, of course, to remove the old wheels. And for this wheel swap, I don't know, for those who are interested, it takes about a 24 millimeter axle. So if you bought the 25s, which are the most common for shorter axles, then you'll need to trim those axles down a little bit. If you have watched my previous wheel swap videos, you will know that I use the hollow axles with the pins in the end. Just makes it so easy, and I just use them every chance that I get. So much better than taking the entire car apart just to do a wheel swap, potentially damaging the value of the car if you don't do such a great job putting the thing back together. So alright, I worked ahead a little bit. Like I said, I got one of the pins in the hollow axle already. I'm just going to go ahead and slide the wheel, and that's the wheel that I've chosen. I just love the look of these on supercars. That gold with the outside silver trim. These have Real Rider rubber tires, and especially on the cars with a white paint job. I don't know, just something about this gold style wheel here. It's kind of BBS style, kind of like the BBS style wheel, but a little bit different. And I don't know, I'm just a fan of swapping most of my supercars with those. Again, I pointed this out many times before. Here lately, as opposed to older castings, it's just getting so easy to do wheel swaps without taking the car apart, because here, in many cases with modern castings, there's just a hole for us to slide the axle right through. So it doesn't have those little fingers in there that you need to kind of open the car up and pry it apart to execute the wheel swap. All right. And if you've watched some of my other wheel swap videos, you'll know that some of the details I have a particularly hard time with because I don't have little skinny fingers. But I always end up getting them done. Nonetheless, just takes me a little more time on some of the parts of it. That wheel's having a hard time going on there for some reason. I'll try another one. There we go. All right, success. I know you can't see much, but man, I already like the look of this car. And I'm not even halfway done with the first axle. But all right. And I'll lock that pin in place there. I bend these little end pins, and that's so I don't have to use glue to put these on, because I like options. If down the road I want to change these wheels for any reason, if I don't use any glue, then that's always an option that I will have later on down the road. There's a lot of wheel choices out there that you can select when you're doing your wheel swaps, but new wheels come out all the time. You just never know when something else will come out down the road. And it's just nice to have the ability to be able to do that if you want to. All right, take my other axle, slide the wheel on. Just like that, we're almost done already. Very good. I talked about this in one of the previous wheel swap videos. I know some people play music in the background while they're doing these, and I'm just talking about random stuff when I do it. In the comments after the video, leave a comment. Let me know, would you like to hear some music in the background and me just swapping these things out, or you fine with me just rambling about everything under the sun? I don't mind to do the talking, but now there is something in this wheel that is... This is an old cell phone SIM card removal thing, and I use it a lot for like a lot of work that I do, and it can clear obstructions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna run that through that wheel. Oh, it's tight. It's almost like they didn't drill the hole in this wheel quite deep enough, so hopefully that cleared enough to get it over to this axle. We'll see here. I think it's begrudgingly going on there now. I trimmed these axles down so precisely that I don't have a lot of margin for error as far as that goes. But all right, last pin, get it locked in, and we are ready for the reveal. Yeah, that one slid on easier. And I'll go ahead and lock that front wheel in place there. And then it's reveal time. All right. See what it looks like. What do you think? I absolutely love on my white painted supercars. And this, just like the Aston Martin Vulcan mainline casting, has got a pretty pearl white paint job to it. And man, I just like those gold kind of BBS style rims on my supercars. Lately they put a lot of those like monoblock style wheels on them. They look like discs. I can't stand it. They drive me crazy. But hey, there it is. That's our Lamborghini wheel swap. Looking pretty good, I think. So somebody asked, what happens, what do you do with all this die cast that you wheel swap? And I'll answer that question. I'll show you. These are some of the cars you're getting ready to see that I wheel swap. The one I've been talking about in this video a few times is the Aston Martin Vulcan. There it is. Wheel swapped with the same wheels. Kind of further the details with a little detail painting in, but I put them in these little cases and attach them to the base and sign them, and I stick them on eBay, and that way if anybody wants a piece or a part of the channel or whatever, I have a few available at a time. I love this stuff, but after collecting this stuff for close to 30 years and continuing to collect, I just can't keep it all. So if I'm going to keep doing it, I gotta let some of it go. And there's one of the big K5 Blazers with the silver wheels, wheel swap. Real Rider rubber tires. Kind of the same thing. Got the details about on the back about what episode it was built in, so that you could go back and see and watch that wheel swap taking place. Then I've got another one of the big K5 Blazers with the black wheels this time, and yellow lettering. You'll see that painted in the lights that they didn't, and got them looking a little more realistic. And then this one too. These were all featured in some of my wheel swap videos if you'd like to go back and watch those. And I painted in the details, put the real rubber tires on them, and those are available on eBay. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, they may be gone. I don't have a big die-cast eBay store or anything like that. I just have a few of these on there for sale at a time, so that I can move some of this stuff and make room for the next stuff. If you did want to find any of these, like I say, I don't even have an eBay store name. If you just look up DIY diecast 164 scale custom and you type that much in, whatever I do have at the time available on eBay, that's how you would find it in the search. Alright, one last thing I want to talk to you about too. Still try to keep this a shorter video or whatnot. While we're on the subject of doing wheel swaps, is this thing here, okay? This is an older casting. It is a it's a mainline car, really. It's quite dusty, but it's a rat rod. It's from the rat rod series. This is the Phaeton model, and you can see that they've done this in a rat rod theme. And just for informative purposes, what I do is whenever I see this or any of the rat rods from these series, I buy them all. They're usually like $1 a piece. Nobody really cares about these things. They cranked out, millions of them, and they're not people's favorite cars. Obviously, they're not a treasure hunt or anything like that. So, but the reason I buy these, and the reason I'm bringing this up in this video, is these wheels. Okay, check that out. You get a big drag radial white wall, what would you call it? Rat rod wheel, and then a small set in the front. And the reason I buy these, every one I can get for $1 a piece, is for a buck you get these awesome wheels. And these wheels look just fantastic on older station wagon models and older pickup trucks. They just look wild on there. So next time you see this, I know it's not something most of us would probably pick up, but pick these up. I mean, if nothing else for that reason, that's a good tip to get a good deal on a good set of wheels that just looks amazing on a wheel swap for those older station wagons and older pickup trucks. Alright, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. And because we got a lot of more great wheel swaps and unboxing videos coming up. Thank you. Till next time. Later.